welcome back to Milton Mo Junction. Obviously this is the first video of 2018. Haven't actually done a lot since the last video I've put up, but at this point anyway I haven't. I've done a few odds and sods jobs. I've broken up some of the coal on top now so it's a better size, so that I can actually put the crane and the buckets on at some stage. I'm leaving that for the time being though. I've started working on this area here, so I'm making that more sort of a cinders base sidings where they're working on, whereas the other is more overgrown. As you can see, I've started working on this piece here. What I'm hoping to do is put some sort of very low undergrowth here, continuing on from this side really. But I'll put a little gravel car park just on this side of a little hut there, which will be the shunter's hut. Yeah, a little gravel car park on this side. I'll probably put a little gravel car park on this side as well, where they can just put, they're not an official car park as such, but where they use for parking their cars. There'll only be a couple of cars parked there. I've got to probably extend this out a little bit here, level with the other side. I'll put a concrete base underneath this hut, which needs to be weathered. That's just roughly in position at the minute. But the base, which is I've made of card, the concrete base I've made of card, but that'll all need weathering and painting a little bit, as will the building. I'll probably weather that, and I've built a little crossing on the side there just for them to cross. That's the only crossing I'm going to put. It's just a little foot crossing because it's straight near the hut, but other than that they'll probably just walk across the rails. What else has been going on? I've now got all the packs of cobbles that I want, and I've also worked out the correct height. It's going to be leaving this foam board in place, but on top of that I'll stick one sheet of card, and then that probably makes that about the right height time it's all glued down. So I need to cut those and glue those down, so that will be another project. Whether that will be done in this particular video I'm not sure, depends how long it is, but in the meantime I'll just continue with this bit here. As you saw in the opening shot, I've now got my class 15 back, and that's all weathered, so that adds to the collection of locos I've now got. And of course it got pointed out to me, I'll just show you in the meantime, that's the class 15 all painted up, all weathered rather, and painted and numbered rather. Just show you a little bit closer, but obviously you've already seen that in the opening title video. And a little mistake I made here was that, and it was pointed out to me by one of my watchers, and I can't remember his name offhand at the moment, but this of course is a class 05, not a 03 as I think I mentioned in the last video. So well done for spotting that, those of you that did. And just to clear up another point, I had actually put the bogies onto this back to front in that video, and I changed them since, because I realised when I watched the video that the steps weren't in the right place for the doors, and I had to reverse the bogey sides as it were. But I actually noticed that in my own video when I was checking on it, and so changed it, but that was also pointed out by the same guy, and again I can't remember his name, so thanks for that anyway, well spotted. Anyway, I'll continue with what I'm doing and show you when I've done a little bit more. So see you shortly. Well, continuing on, it's now pretty much finished this bit here. It's still drying in a couple of places, but there's not a lot more to do. What I've decided to do here is, instead of a formal car park, it's more like an area, an unofficial car park, because I guess back in the late 60s not a lot of people had cars anyway, and there weren't so numerous about as today. A lot of people might have cycled to work, so there's not a sort of formal works car park there. It's just going to be a place where people park cars, a gravel area. I've put a couple of sleepers to stop people driving onto the railway, as it were, but that's pretty much it. Obviously there's a few bits and pieces that have still got to be done, but what I'm trying to do on this area, on this side at least, is to sort of finish off the bulk of it, and then I can titify it afterwards. There's lots of little bits of weathering to do, etc. Obviously the car needs weathering. I've pinched that from the other car park I made earlier, but it's to sort of give an idea. The next bit here to do, I'll probably, as I say, extend this out again, so that's a bit of woodworking type work to do, and I've got the tiles to fit up there, the blocks, should I say, the granite blocks, but I'm working up that towards that area, and rather than just leave it and add bits each day, I'll probably call it a day now for this video and publish this, just so you can see what I've been up to. I haven't really decided what to do here. I'm going to obviously, as I say, put that extra bit in, probably make this gravel a bit, not gravel, cinders again, part of the area, but I'll see what it looks like. I might have another bit of parking area, unofficial parking, on a gravel sort of bed, but I just like sort of playing and seeing what pops up. Obviously I've got to weather the concrete base, decide where to put that for the building, weather the building at some stage. Whether I'll do that all in the same hit, I'm not sure. I'll probably do a bit of weathering on the concrete area. Obviously that needs to be levelled a little bit. The foam underlay is compressed a bit under it, where it's on the edge and you keep grabbing it or standing on it, kneeling on it, or pressing down on it, and it compresses it a bit. So I might cut that out and stick a new bit there to make it a bit more level. But yeah, most of it is coming along. The bit that I've done now, pretty pleased with it really. So I think we'll call it a day, and thanks for watching, and the usual, please subscribe if you wish, or if you've got any questions or comments, please feel free to ask or leave them. So that's bye for now. Bye.